I want you to go and... Hello guys, hope you're doing well today. Today's stream, or today's video, I want to share with you how does fear relate to procrastination. So, you know, back in the days, I was really fearful of everything. I'm still fearful of spiders, don't get me wrong, but I was really feared just, you know, sleeping alone and sleeping without my, you know, this kind of fluffy, plushy toys. And I was really fearful that just, you know, going in the dark room and something like that. And I also hated a lot of stuff, what my parents says and what people surrounding says, but what eventually happened after I kind of grew up and more learned about this matter, made more and more research about this matter, I've seen that there's a correlation between procrastination and fear. And what I have discovered, I want to share with you right here, right now, because it has helped me to overcome several fears and be more analytic towards fears than ever before. So, just watching these two things, you can't see actually the connection between fear and procrastination. But if you go into the deep thing, we have all this fear of losing a job or something like that. However, 90% of us doing a job which we don't like. And the fear of losing a job keeps us procrastinating being in a job we hate. Because actually, as I said before, procrastination is the disalignment with your core self. If you're doing a job which don't align with your core values and your core self, it means that you will do procrastinating. So, if you really dig deep into the rabbit hole, deep inside, you will find some nice things. Like the fear, you have the fear of the exams, which are soon. Again, you have a pressure of time, and you have the fear to not passing them. And you have the pressure of time. And because of the pressure, you can't really concentrate on and focus on this one thing, because you feel pressureful, you feel this kind of struggle, you feel this kind of stress, and now you go for, and before you realize it, you're doing the wrong stuff, doing the wrong stuff or learning the wrong stuff. What you do procrastinating. And again, when you do the procrastinating, it again causes fear towards not passing this exam. So let's go to another. The solution for the first thing is actually, you have to detach yourself from the fear cocoon. And what you have to see is the fear is not your enemy, but is your coach. A coach which you can leverage from. You see then the situation and start to see the situation regardless of the emotions. Or if you attach positive emotions to this fear, you start to see the situation from a more objective situation. And the more objective you become towards fear, you are actually become stronger and stronger. However, there's also every time an rebound effect. However, you have to do this fear exercise, but imagine that fear is nothing negatively. You can use it positively. Put this fear as a fuel to push you forward. Because as I said, we are more receptive towards pain twice as towards pleasure. Puts this kind of pain factor as a fuel to move on. And if you do it again, the rebound becomes more less and less until you overcome it. And once you have reached that step which you can overcome it, you go into the state which I want to introduce you in another video. You can go into the state in one way, but another way is just to ask the change why question. Like, why are you doing this exercise? Why are you doing this? And because you are actually asking this change why question, it goes deeper and deeper. And change why question means you are doing like asking yourself what you are now preparing for the exercise, and you say, okay, to pass the exam, why I want to pass the exam, and it goes on and on with why. Do it at least for 15 times, because after 15 times, what eventually happens, your conscious brain, your stamina brain, and your neocortex is saying, no, I can't bear it anymore. And what eventually happen, your limbic system, which is responsible for your emotions, is going in. And what you're doing is you're connecting to your heart through it. And when you connect to your heart, you can answer thousands of those questions. And this is actually what we call state. Because from this, you operate from a different state of mind, from not your rational, but your irrational state of mind, which is more powerful than our rational one. Because our rational is just 20% of our awareness and all the things we do. All the communication, rational communication, is just 20%. 80% as unconscious. Keep that always in mind. So doing is at least for deliberate push forward, deliberately push it forward. Even you can't, you push to reach a different level. And when you have reached a state, I want you to go and ask yourself several questions towards the fear, towards the thing you have to focus on. Because this is actually the state where you can change everything, where you can change all the patterns. And once you reach it, you can grab a calendar and say like, okay, I have to prepare to a test. I have like 1 week time or something like that. It depends how much time you have, but there you can actually break it down and make yourself a promise. Doing so, putting this into the calendar, you make yourself also accountable. And say to another person who makes you accountable, because accountability is really powerful to make yourself striving. So keep also time limits when you have a plan to overcoming fears, to overcoming something. Because without the time limit, you never start actually. So every time if you go for a plan, overcoming fears or anything, finding the relationship between your procrastination, getting rid of procrastination, using fears, you set always a time limit. Because without time limit, you will never start. And you are just trying to reaching something you can't actually reach. Nevertheless, if you fail or not, What you have to actually to remember, never blame yourself for your fails. Treat yourself with love. Because self-hatred, I experienced it so much in the past, but it actually makes you diving deeper into the doom of yourself. If you don't know how to tackle one or two exercises preparing to your exams, what you can do is use YouTube. There's so many teachers who are teaching things like productivity and even subjects like math, or take a tutor or ask a friend who is capable to help you. And one thing you have to really remember doing when you want to tackle fear, go against the procrastination, especially towards learning, take always 5 minutes breaks between of it, because I had in the past, I have learned from one big exam for 1-2 months, I think 2 months was it, for 16 hours straight, every single day. I felt exhausted every single day and just hated my life. But the reality is, you see that the peak is going down, and every time you see the peak of your concentration is going down, do rather than break. And how you do a break? Well, you can make a list of the activities which makes you fun, and you can do a ranking of these activities. How much addiction do you have towards these activities and how much time it take. You have aim for activities which has a minimal addiction, gives the most amount of energy, and takes less time they can take. So 5-minute breaks is more than enough. You can use Pomodoro timers during your sessions, which have me help also in the past. And actually, what you have to also be aware of, have always a good sleep. Don't underestimate a good sleep, because during the sleep our brain is doing the work. It's actually sorting out all these documents, all these things you have in your brain, all the thoughts, and put it in the right order you can have a better access to. So don't underestimate good sleep. This is actually the thing what I'm doing towards fear. And as always, I will put this article down below. Do not hesitate and read it, because it's more in depth. I hope you got some value from it. See you. Hey, how's it going? I hope you like my content. If so, hit the like button. And if you really like this content, make sure to share it with your friends and your beloved ones. I upload every day, so make sure that you hit the notification bell and the subscribe button in order to see more of these videos in the future. I wish you an awesome day, and as always, do not lie to yourself and pursue your passion now.